So Tesla's sales are crashing as Elon Musk is pissing off pretty much everyone around the world. And the question is, who the heck's going to buy this guy's cars? That's the subject of today's video. And check out the headlines. Tesla sales in Europe plummet amidst Elon's stupid meddling. And you got this. Tesla loses market share in Sweden and Norway as Musk looms large. And here's the big one. Tesla sales decline in California with Model 3 plunging 36%. Now, if you follow the Tesla story and the Musk thing, you'll know that Musk's net worth is largely based on the price of the stock. He then borrows a bunch of loans, lives off a line of credit based on the price of the stock, right? And he can only borrow so much. Here's the other thing is stocks in the stock market can crash real fast in a real big hurry. And you get these bad numbers, you get crazy earnings reports, etc., or investors are frankly turned off and just want to dump your stock. You can go down very, very quick. So don't think it couldn't happen. Elon Musk could certainly go bust, and so could Tesla. That's why we're watching this together. Now, check this out. Why is Tesla stock down? Tesla has dropped more than 10% since Trump took office. This could be a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. Could also be the valuations of Tesla have caught up to it. If you follow the company, you'll know this thing is grossly overvalued. And many of the fundamentals of the company have changed. There's more competition, etc. And then you got Elon Musk, frankly, pissing everyone off. Now, check this out. This is a great summary by one of the articles. It says here, in short, Elon Musk may be such a huge a-hole that it is effectively killing his business. Of course, now that Musk has effectively hijacked the U.S. government, there are numerous ways that the billionaire can leverage its powers to privilege his businesses and keep them booming. That may be the only way Musk can keep his companies ascendant, since people all over the world increasingly seem to hate him, right? That's a story with Elon Musk. And this is sort of why we're watching this, because have you ever seen a CEO just do this kind of nonsense where he's getting involved with US politics? Here he is in Germany supporting the right-wing, effectively Nazi party in Germany. He also gets involved in Australian politics, Canadian politics, UK politics. Generally speaking, as a CEO of a company, you kind of want to stay out of that stuff so that people on all sides, all countries are like, you know what? I don't know who the CEO is. I don't care. I'll buy your products if they're good. But in this situation, Tesla products are not innovative, right? I know that makes us fanboys and fangirls sad because effectively all these other car companies are making new products and Tesla's got nothing new to deliver. And then you got your CEO off doing this kind of stuff. So this is sort of where you get, plunge in sales and why we're all watching it, because we're kind of like, okay, who's still going to buy this guy's cars? Now, take a look in California. So you heard that the Model 3 went down, was it 36%? And I think that's year over year. So that is the pink line on this chart here. And essentially, this is the top part is 50,000 vehicles. So you're looking at in California, down 36%. That's the Model 3. The Model Y took a dive as well from quarter 3 to quarter 4. And as we go into 2025, that's the real question. Like, how are these things going to do? And I'm actually really curious myself. Now, Tesla, on their behalf and in their defense, they're going to try to cut prices as much as they can or do whatever incentives to get you through the door. Hey, we'll offer you free charging, any number of things. But that'll eat at your margins. And that shows up in the numbers when they report the numbers, financials for the company. You also got this here too. Tesla's California registrations down 12% in 2024. This chart shows it all. So essentially, this is California, right? And that was essentially their big market for a long time because Tesla's electric vehicles tend to be, that's where they, the Tesla, the company started in California. Elon Musk is not, well, how about this? He's sued to be a co-founder. I was gonna say he's not the founder, so he's not the first one in. Two other guys founded it, but he's sued to be named a co-founder. I think there's 5 people total that is labeled a co-founder on this company, but they started in California and essentially, EVs are known to be better in warm weathers. Cold weather, it's debatable whether or not you'd want to get an EV. That's a long discussion, but I'll just say this. California is where it started. In California, if you ever lived there, and I used to live in LA, Teslas are actually really quite popular. It was either Tesla or Prius or all over the place. But these days, if you're, pissing off Democrats and that happens to be California, the people who are going to buy your cars, what's going to happen to your sales? And that's sort of what we're all watching. This chart right here, though, shows the story. You can see there's a lot of red bars, basically meaning you're not growing in California registration. And this is what we're all watching. How long is it going to take for this to basically implode where no one buys your cars? That's what I'm watching as well with you. Here's another headline. Tesla sales are dropping like a rock in Europe, But it's not just because of Elon Musk. Now, to be fair to Musk, you are also facing a downturn in the economy, right? Or people just aren't interested in EVs. So there's that. So people are like, you know what? That electric vehicle thing was a fad. Maybe I don't want to get any more. Maybe they're too expensive, right? Economy's not so good. I'll just get conventional. Or you could just go look for another brand. But these are actually the different countries in Europe. It's actually interesting. So UK, these are Tesla, I guess, down 18%. In France, down 63%. Netherlands, down 42%. Norway, down 40%. Spain, down 75%. Sweden, down 46%. Denmark, down 40%. And Portugal, down 31%. So the question I pose to you again is, who the heck is still buying these guys' cars? That's why we're watching it. This is another one. Is 2025, is Tesla still cool? And they show a picture of the Cybertruck here. It says, the Cybertruck is weird, not cool. In fact, my wife and I, we did a review on the Cybertruck. If you're going to want to find that video, you can. I'll just say this. The thing is way more ugly than I thought. I saw videos of it. I saw pictures of the thing. And then when you actually see it in person, yeah, it's pretty ugly. And it's a fingerprint magnet. That's really the worst. On top of that, there's just so many other cool cars out there to get. I've made a few videos on this stuff. So if you guys want to find this one, this is the one we went to an auto show. Looked at some Hyundais, looked at some Kias, looked at some BMWs. There's just lots of cools out there, a lot of cool cars out there in the world. And I'll just be very frank with you guys. Tesla doesn't have anything new. They're saying, hey, we're going to have robots and robo-taxis, nothing affordable. And this is actually a real big problem for them because when you go to the store and you're kind of looking at all the new models come down the pipeline, and you got all these other choices that may even come in cheaper. I haven't seen for example, I haven't seen the BYDs myself, but they come in a lot cheaper. But in my opinion, you got Japanese cars that, pretty good. Korean cars, pretty good. You got European cars, pretty good. And you got the Chinese cars, pretty good. So, we'll see how Tesla does against all of those. On top of that, don't discount, new innovations. Like, for example, Honda, I guess they're building a new EV production. This is just news on February 2nd. It says Honda's new EV production revolution begins with $1 billion investment in Ohio. We'll see how that turns out. And you got something like this. Tesla sales drop double digits in U.S. biggest EV market while others are growing, right? You can see it in the numbers. People are like, maybe I don't want to get that Tesla. It's a little bit expensive. It's got that crazy CEO, Elon Musk, and there are other choices out there. Plus, on top of that, you have the regulatory issues with Trump. He may cut the EV credits, may cut the regulation credits, this kind of stuff. Because Tesla, they sell carbon credits. They do that. And they live off the EV credits because people can essentially, if you're encouraged, right, incentivized to buy these things with some tax breaks, you may do that. If you remove these two things, that really, really, really hurts Tesla. On top of that, then you got to deal with the politics stuff. And this is the headline coming out today. The Wired has actually been doing a really good job with this stuff. I think they have a few people on the inside. I'm sure Musk is pissed off about this stuff. So somebody's leaking something, and I'm actually really curious who it is. Maybe it's one of his, hacker people is. But this is the headline here. A 25-year-old with Elon Musk ties has directly access to the federal payment system. So I guess this is the Bureau of Fiscal Service, part of the Treasury, and he's got these young kids, 19 to age 24, and I guess they have access to the payments for Social Security, tax returns, and more, so a lot. One of the things that was concerning about it, I was reading through this stuff, I remember Musk was saying something like, hey, we are only read-only, we're not going to hurt anything, etc. But according to these sources inside here is that they actually have read and write ability, the way they describe it, and for those of you in computers, you guys can let me know what you're feeling on this stuff. It says here, I guess he's got admin privileges. It says here, typically those admin privileges could give someone power to log into servers through secure shell access, navigate the entire file system, change user permissions, and delete or modify critical files, okay? That could allow someone to bypass the security measures and potentially cause irreversible changes to the very systems they have access to. And so I guess the question is, do we believe that they have that access or not? Because I was reading this stuff, and it's hard to say. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'm not there. I'll see this. It just says, despite reporting that suggests that Elon Musk's so-called Department of Efficiency, that's the DOGE, task force has access to these treasury systems on a, quote, read-only level. Sources say Elez, and that's the guy who's working with Musk, who has visited Kansas City office housing BFS, has many administrator level privileges. So that's the real question is, do they have read write, or is it just read only? And if they have read write, you're dealing with very, very, very important systems, right? People's Social Security, maybe people's veterans benefits, whatever. You know, this kind of stuff where Musk is getting involved with this politics and the most sort of sensitive and, how can I say, like, thing that all Americans really depend on, right? Like necessary, is that a good word to say it? Or something that is like a pillar of American society, and you're kind of putting these kids in charge of that kind of stuff, you tend to piss people off, right? And on top of that, you know, you are saying these things in multiple countries that piss people off. That's sort of why we're watching Tesla sales. And as you can see from the numbers, they are going down. Will it go enough down to crash the stock? Well, stay tuned. Please share your thoughts on this, and I'll catch you on the next video.